Rap Radio. Raw and uncut.
Cubo, and welcome to Chicano Rap Radio. I'm your homie Snipes holding it down, and today we have a very special episode planned. We have the very first female Chicano rapper in the house. So without further ado, let's welcome Sad Girl to the show. What's up, Sad Girl? How you doing today?
What's good? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to finally have you on the show. I appreciate you making the time to join us. You've been creating a lot of buzz for a minute now, and I know you have some things in the works, and you're about to hit the industry, running. So I'm excited, and thank you for allowing us to have you on the show. So I want to get a little bit more background information. I mean, you're very lyrical, and you're very street, and your delivery is flawless in my view. But give me a little background information. How is it that you got into the music?
I started rapping when I was young. I just my dad actually would rap in front of me, so I've always kind of like been around it. But I started more when I was in high school.
Okay. What kind of music did you grow up around your household?
Rap, Chicano rap,
Rap.
like little Mr. Little One, SPM, and then my dad would like freestyle, and then I would always see him rap, and
That's
I
right.
honestly that's why I kind of got into it.
So your dad's a lyricist. I mean, he writes, he
I mean,
flows, he freestyles.
a little bit, but it was
Okay.
more mainly for me when
Yeah,
I was.
that's right. And with what you have going on now, I mean, like what does your dad tell you? Seeing the evolution from when you were young to now. You're in a professional studio, you're recording, you're putting out music, you're doing
Yeah,
music videos. What does he say?
he tries wanting to be in my stuff, but like growing up he left my life, so
Hmm.
him back in my life now, he trips out. He thinks I'm like this crazy like famous person. I don't know.
Well, you're making a lot of moves, and I think
Yeah.
social media will agree that yeah, you're about to hit the industry, with some powerful music, some powerful collaborations. So you started rapping when you were in high school. Did you just
Yeah,
start rapping, just for yourself and the homegirls at parties, or where was it that you first started rapping for others, that people started giving you some feedback?
honestly, I started a lot of people started to know that when we would have like rallies and stuff, or like we would have these concerts, because I was in like music classes.
Mhm.
So I was in this music class every year, and we would have rallies, and then I would be like rapping in front of the whole school, or at the concerts I would be doing that too.
That's right. So it's not, you don't have like a stage fright, like you're
I
not
did.
afraid. You did. You got over it quick, obviously, if you're
Yeah,
performing in
I
front of the whole
did.
school. That's right.
Yeah,
Do
so
you?
whoever went to school with me, they know that I would do that.
That's
It
right.
didn't just like come out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. And when was the first time that you actually got into the studio? Do you remember what that was? What the name of that song that you first recorded, like professionally, where you felt like, okay, I'm onto something?
Yeah, that's when I went and signed an album contract with Underworld 805.
Underworld 805. Okay. So they discovered you. I would imagine, a lot of us discovered you through your freestyles on
Yeah,
YouTube. Is that how they reached out to you?
yeah, pretty much
Okay.
from that one Cali lifestyle freestyle.
Yeah, yeah. Classic song, and I think that it's gotten a lot of views, up
Yeah.
until now, and I can only imagine, once you come up with your other music, it's gonna get a lot bigger. So you have a couple things in the work, and do you have any songs out right now? Because I've seen on your social media that you have some collaborations with some big artists. Any
Yeah.
what songs do you have out right now?
Right now I have the the one I did with Capone, the gang license. Sorry.
That's
And
okay.
what else do I have? I think that's the main one that has the most views, and then I did just a few audios. Boxer, Capone, and Bugsy.
Now, did you grow up listening to high power music and Capone?
Yeah, I used to listen to Capone.
How is it? How was it like working with him? Like you used to listen to him, and now you're in the studio
Yeah,
with him. You know, how
yeah.
how'd that feel?
It's like it was weird, you know. It was like trippy, like, uh, but it was
Something new.
cool. Yeah,
That's right.
it was
That's
it
right.
was it was intimidating too,
Intimidating. Why?
just because I'm a girl and like every time, like I think it's just mainly I just more doubt myself.
Hmm.
So I'd go in, I would think like, oh, they probably don't like me. I'm probably not good. But every time I've done something, they always like fuck with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And do you feel that you know, being a girl, like maybe you're treated differently when it comes to the music or not taken as seriously
yeah, all the time.
all the time? Why do you think that is? Is it just you know, is Chicano rap just mostly male dominated, or what? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I feel like they've always like there was never really female rappers back then. There was, but probably not as much now.
Mm-hmm.
So that pretty much anyone like it's weird because mainly the ones who hate on me are the men. I
Mm,
always see the men hating on me. It's never really girls. It's weird, but it's probably I don't know, honestly. I never know
yeah,
because even where I'm from, they were like that too.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I think it's some insecurity on their end, you know, because a lot of insecurity, because if they're hating on you, you know, then you know they're definitely uh, insecure because of maybe your flow is better than them, or maybe the buzz that you're
That's what people
creating, you
say.
know, huh?
That's what people say.
Yeah, yeah. So it's okay. I mean, you know, being hated on, that's a good thing. At least you know reassurance that you're doing your thing, you know.
Yeah, true.
So you got into the music at a young age because of, you know, your father would rap around you. You also started doing it at, you know, at the rallies that, like you mentioned, in high school. Eventually, you put up a video that allowed you to lock in this contract with Underworld 805 Records.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings us up to the present, which is, you know, like it seems like right now you're real active in the music. I want to get a little bit more into what you have going on now, but let's take a quick little break and we'll be right back. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Hit us up at 805-395-6595 for your special requests, dedications, and shout-outs. Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We're chopping it up with Sad Girl representing out of Nipomo Califas. She's been telling us about how she got into the music, how she started, you know, performing at rallies, and then eventually she did a freestyle that created a lot of buzz. And you know, she eventually got signed to 805 Underworld. Tell me about that. How was it, you know, to get signed to 805 Underworld? Like, you know, a label reaching out to you to sign you.
Well, when they reached out to me, they offered me to do a one album deal, which I decided to do. And then through that, it kind of just showed me like they pretty much showed me how to make music and then promoting me. And now that I'm finished with the album, I'm kind of just doing like my own thing and um, working independently now.
Okay. Okay. So you're independent artist, you know, they brought you in under the wings just to kind of learn a little bit more about the music business. You have a couple of you have a couple of songs on your album. Tell me some of the features that you have on that album that's coming out.
I have Sad Boy Loco, Capone, um, Sarah S, DJ Dominator, and Young Dopey.
Wow. Okay. So I would say this album is going to have a lot of bangers. I mean, you are talking about, you know, some, you know, Chicano rap legends, some people that have definitely, you know, made a big impact in the industry. Sad Boy Loco, Young Dopey, he's a sick lyricist. Capone, you know, the OG, Sarah S with the vocals. So I mean, you know, you definitely have a winner. What's the name of the album?
Active and Attractive.
That's right, active and attractive.
Yep.
And I noticed that also recently you were recording a music video. What's is that song going to be on the album? The one that you recorded the music video for?
Yeah. All of them are from my album.
Okay. How many songs do you have on the album?
I have 13.
13 songs. Okay. I should have known. Yes, I
You
should have known.
go.
Yeah. All right. And do you have a release date? When can we expect that album?
It was supposed to be released back in May, but it got pushed back to, I think it's July 5th or something.
Okay. So
But I
anytime,
don't,
sometime for the summer, right?
yeah, I don't have a set date, but somewhere around there.
Okay. Wow, I can imagine your phone's gonna start ringing off the hook, once it hits, because from everything that I've seen, I think everybody can agree that you're definitely bringing a lot of heat, and you're staying true to who you are. You keeping it street, but you're also very lyrical. How would you say your personal life has found its way into the music?
Honestly, I feel like the music kind of like um made people like different toward me, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like a
Wh-
lot of
wh-
more
e- e-
people are, I don't know how to explain it.
So, and sounds to me like you're going somewhere along the lines that, like, once you got into the music, all of a sudden people looked at you differently, and
Yeah.
and is that maybe like in a positive way, or do you maybe notice more like envy or hatred or jealousy from people? How different?
Honestly, both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like growing up in Nepal, a lot of people like would say these certain things. I'm not from there. I'm not from, it's because I'm a girl. Now
Yeah.
that I got into the music, I'm talking about it more. I'm like more trying to put my neighborhood on the map. Now that I'm doing that, a lot of more people like kiss my ass pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird. And I think it's because of that. And because of that, that's what's making people hate,
Yeah. Yeah.
making people fake.
Right, right. Do you feel like it's exposed any people that you thought were in your camp or that you were solid with, and now you're like, well, now you looked at them differently because they brought out their true colors?
Yeah, honestly. I thought it would bring me more like love, more
Mm-hmm.
friends, but honestly, it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why when I say I don't know, I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing.
Right, because it's still playing out, right?
Yeah,
And so
it's
so
still like
you
the
know,
beginning.
yeah. All right. Well, you seem like a fighter. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it through just fine. And whatever lessons you learn from this experience, you're gonna take it on to evolve and continue to grow as a person and as a lyricist and as a mother as well. Tell me a little bit about your kids. Like how do you feel your kids have contributed to you as an artist?
Um, I mean, I think that they like it. They like when I like bust flows in front of them. I have a 2-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter, so I got babies.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean
And,
it's fine, but it also takes my time away from them too.
right, right. Yeah. No, when it's a sacrifice, and but I
Yeah,
also
it
imagine
is.
in some ways you're doing it for them as well, right? I mean, you love the music, but you're also trying to elevate them as well.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's right. They motivate you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, let's get a little bit more into your upcoming project. Let's take another quick little break and we'll be right back. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We have the one and only Sad Girl in the house. We've been talking about how she got into the music, how she ended up going professional. She has an upcoming album that she's going to be released sometime this summer. We've also been talking about how her getting into the music on a higher level, on a more professional level, it's exposed people's true feelings, some for the good, some for the bad. She's still trying to figure out what it really means, because it's still playing itself out. um, One thing that I wanted to talk about, which to me I think is important, is the fact that you're a female. I mean, normally it shouldn't matter, right? But I think the industry that you're in, it's heavily dominated by men. And that's why I was excited to get you on the show, because you are the first female that I interview. and hopefully there's many more to come, because I know that there's a lot of females out there doing their thing. But tell me, like, how has it been, like dealing in a male dominated world?
It's hard, honestly. It's difficult because mainly it's all men. Like
Hmm.
I've only met a few females, but even then they weren't really rapping. They were just singing or, you know?
Right.
So it's the rapping part, I think, where a lot of men like to hate, or I mean there is a lot of love too, but I feel like it's more like they feel like I can't make it, or I don't know.
Do you feel that men also, when it comes to your music, like maybe they give you less credit just because you're a female without even hearing you flow?
Yeah, in some ways because of the music. Um, but it kind of seems like more people respect me, but they hate me too. It's weird.
Hmm.
Usually in my neighborhood, like I know everyone, like they're all my like homies, older homies, and I think it's because I'm kind of putting it out there, like putting Napomo on the map, representing like my area. So it kind of brings respect too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it definitely makes sense. I mean, and it's not typical to see, especially nowadays. I see um, a lot of people that grow up the way you and I grew up, in the neighborhood and in that lifestyle. There's not many people left with real morals and are still solid and true to their
Yeah,
neighborhood. There's a lot of snitching going on. There's a lot of backstabbing. There's a lot of people just checking out early. And so, people aren't staying true to their commitment. But it seems like, you're down for your neighborhood, and because you represent it
yeah.
all the time, all the time. Um, how has that, like, you're very proud of where you're from. Do you think that limits you to the amount of fans you're going to get? Maybe someone from the other side of town, or someone who's
Mhm.
not down with your neighborhood?
Yes, it does. But that's like
But
where it comes in the politics and then all that. But
mhm,
it brings like a lot of people like it still, even though I'm not what would you say, like getting along with them.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it just depends. The
I
ones who
think
don't
it's a
like me will never like me because of
right,
whatever. It's not just because of the music.
right, right,
So it really
right.
just
Now, here's one thing that I also wanted to ask, and I say this, with the utmost respect. Do you feel that because you are a female, that men maybe like sexualize you instead of taking you just for an artist? Maybe they just look at you differently because you are a female. Do you see like men in the industry maybe just trying to get at you, or like, imagine you must deal with that a little bit more versus treat you as an equal.
yeah. They do. But that's usually just like how it is. Or sometimes I feel like feel like being used too, just because I'm kind of coming up. I feel like a lot more guys want to like hang out, like talk to me more, but it's like all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. And it's definitely like that now. It's mainly that. And I already
Eh,
know. Like I already know what's up. I'm not dumb.
that was my next question. How do you deal with that, or what you know, what's the
Yeah,
game
I
plan
mean,
knowing that they're coming at you like that because you are a female?
it's just mainly like we can kick it, we could be homies, but that's it. I make it clear too to them
Yeah,
that it's like that.
yeah,
But like in a weird way, I kind of seem like I'm more of a homegirl to a lot of people. Like I've never really never come off as that type of person.
yeah, yeah.
So I
Well,
think that's another reason why I can like why people can respect me, because I'm not like other girls.
right, right. You carry yourself with a certain level of respect, and you demand a certain level of respect,
Yeah.
and that's what I want to say. That I think you're the perfect person to deal with that problem, because you're strong enough to know and smart enough to know that, hey, this guy's not being genuine, or he's coming at me with other reasons, like, hey, let's get in the studio, but
Yeah.
you're going to proceed with caution because you already know, maybe he has different reasons in mind. All right, so tell me again, the name of the album and some of the features. I want to plug that back in because it's all about the music, and I think this album is going to be a classic album for you. So, what's the name of the album, and
Yeah.
who are some of the people that you've worked with?
My album is gonna be called Active and Attractive. A couple features I have is Sad Boy, Capone, Bugsy, Trouble Kid, Sarah S. I got Young Dopey, DJ Dominator. I think that's it.
Okay, that you don't need any more than that. I mean, and then you have some solo tracks on there. Is there
Yeah.
one solo track, or what are your like? Give me the name of one or two tracks to keep an eye out for when the album drops. I'm sure they're all going to be good, but there's got to be one or two that maybe you're feeling the most.
I would say the Gang Life one and Neighborhood Music.
Okay, all right. So we're going to keep an eye out for those two when they drop sometime this summer. I want to say thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to hearing the album. I look forward to having you back on the show. Anybody out there listening, don't sleep on Sad Girl because she's very lyrical. She's real. She's down for where she's from, and she's gonna bring you something, a refreshing sound. Maybe something that you haven't seen in a while. And so make sure you check out her album when it drops, and also support her. Yeah, I think we need to support each other, but definitely support her because she's there's definitely been other female rappers, but she's continuing the trend, and she's not gonna let the fact that she's a female change anything. She wants to be taken seriously, so take her seriously because she's here to have an impact. Any last words for the fans before we end it?
That's it, and just wait on the album.
Okay, that's right.
Soon.
That's right. All right, thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.